Two men sentenced following an arrest with 24 pounds of methamphetamine. Cedar City law enforcement implements street camera surveillance. And your daily weather forecast is coming up with highs, lows, and everything you need to know for the days ahead.
You're watching St. George News at 5, brought to you by our studio sponsor, We Win Injury Law.
Good afternoon, I'm Monica McLaughlin. Two men have been sentenced in federal court following separate cases involving drug trafficking and illegal firearm possession. Ramon Amador Zapian of California was sentenced to 57 months in federal prison after being caught with 24 pounds of suspected methamphetamine during a traffic stop in Washington City last June. Esteban Espino Pinon of St. George was sentenced to 14 months for illegal firearm possession and re-entry into the U.S. after multiple deportations. Both men will face deportation proceedings upon release. Cedar City police are rolling out Flock Safety, a new automated license plate reader system designed to help deter and solve crimes. The technology captures and cross-references license plates with law enforcement databases, alerting officers to wanted or criminally linked vehicles. Officials say the system, already used in thousands of communities nationwide, will enhance public safety by assisting in vehicle recovery and criminal investigations. Let's take a look at your daily weather forecast, brought to you by Casablanca Resort and Casino. In St. George, it's currently cloudy with a temperature of 63 degrees. Expect a low tonight around 52. Tomorrow, anticipate rainy conditions and a high near 56 with a low of 36. Over in Mesquite, a wind advisory is in effect until tomorrow night, with southwest wind gusts up to 30 miles per hour. Right now, it's partly cloudy and 66 degrees. Tonight's low will be around 56. Tomorrow's high is forecasted at 58 degrees, dropping to 41 overnight. Meanwhile, in Cedar City, a wind advisory is also in effect, with expected gusts up to 50 miles per hour. It's currently cloudy with a temperature of 49 degrees. The low tonight is expected to be 40. Tomorrow, look for a high near 43 and a low around 20. Now we'll head over to Jill Paulson for your weekly update on the Southern Utah real estate market.
Here is an important reminder about an estate planning issue that needs to be brought to your attention before it's too late. Recently, I had the opportunity to list a beautiful home for a family whose father passed away some time ago, and then their mother passed away recently. I asked the trustee if their mother had set up a trust and recorded a quitclaim deed, transferring the property into the trust with the county prior to her passing, and he assured me she did. However, when preparing for the listing, I pulled the address up on the county records, as I always do, and to my surprise, it showed that the property was still in the mother's name and not the trust. It turns out that she had met with an attorney about 4 months prior to her passing to set that trust up. When the trustee called the attorney, to his disappointment, it was discovered that a quitclaim deed was drawn up but never signed and therefore never recorded. So now the home has to go through probate before it can be sold, which is typically a 60 to 180-day process and more expense to the estate. If you have set up a trust or considering doing so, it is crucial that you take the necessary steps to ensure your real estate is properly transferred into the trust. Specifically, you must complete and record a quitclaim deed to formally transfer your home into the trust. By taking this simple but essential step now, you can help your loved ones avoid unnecessary legal complications and ensure a smooth transition of ownership according to your wishes.
Thanks, Jill. A coalition of union advocates is launching a referendum effort to overturn HB 267, a new Utah law that restricts public unions from collective bargaining. Organizers with Protect Utah Workers will begin collecting signatures on March 15th, aiming for 200,000 valid signatures by April 16th to place the measure on the November ballot. Supporters argue the bill undermines workers' rights, while legislative leaders say the challenge is part of the democratic process. Washington City Mayor Cress Staley highlighted key developments and infrastructure upgrades during the annual State of the City address, emphasizing water conservation, commercial growth, and the revitalization of downtown. For more on the city's future plans, here's Leah Call.
Mayor Cresta Haley announced developments for Washington City during the State of the City address. The event took place in the newly remodeled Heritage Hall on March 11th, a historic 100-year-old landmark that has been restored to honor the city's roots while paving the way for future growth. A historical museum is open to the public and is part of the facility as well. Museum volunteer Coralie Bradshaw says she loves volunteering and living in Washington.
It's even though it's growing so large and so fast and so big, it's still a quiet little community to live in.
Washington is the second largest city in the county and has seen population and developmental growth. Growth comes with challenges, water usage among them. Staley said Washington County is experiencing its lowest water year on record since 1895, at 27% of the median snowpack. He said water reservoirs are relatively full and will last through the summer, but citizens must stay vigilant. He highlighted the city's success in water conservation efforts, with a 70% reduction in water usage over the past 5 years.
Thank you for watching St. George News at 5. To learn more about our studio sponsor, We Win Injury Law, go to wewininjurylaw.com. I'm Monica McLaughlin with St. George News, your #1 source for local news.
This has been St. George News at 5, brought to you by We Win Injury Law.